Hello there, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing Andor. This is episode 2. I really enjoyed that first episode. I'm pretty sure you did as well. That was a very good start to it all. A slow burn, as we talked about several times, really getting introduced to some of these characters. Cassian Andor, of course, reintroduced to Cassian Andor in particular, and then getting to know some new characters, sort of the state of the world they're in, the planets that they're on right now, and with this security force that are sort of answering to the Empire, and this one guy who is, has sort of a stick up his ass already, and he is very determined when it comes to sort of proving himself, and he wants to catch whoever murdered these two guards. The rest of them they're not really on the same page, but it seems like he's the driving force behind it now that he's also very relaxed supervisor. He went somewhere.
Yeah. And he's very into he wants to make a name for himself with this case or whatever. Even though he's told to stand down, he really it's just like his suit. He's gonna tailor that stuff so it makes him look good.
Yeah. Exactly. That's a very, very good way of putting it, actually. Very good way of putting it. But I think that we are pretty much just going to jump into it. They, of course, released these 3 episodes in one go, and we are going to try and watch them in one go-ish as well. And
we had a short break. I had a little bit to eat, had dinner, and had time to think about it and think about this, as you said, the Blade Runner feel kind of was sinking in slowly while I was eating. So I'm really looking forward to going down that path with the whole dark scene and stuff like that. So yes, I'm ready for episode 2 whenever you are.
I am so ready. And yeah, as you're saying, sort of dark and grounded, a little bit mature, bit more mature, but it still feels like Star Wars. And that's all we want. That is all we want. And I hope for you guys watching that this setup that we got going, that it's working all right, even though we are not together in the same room. We're apart, but still watching it together. I think it works out fairly. It's working fairly well.
It's working fine for me. I get to watch it with you and discuss it afterwards. So it works very well for me. Hope it works once you put it out on YouTube and Patreon and so on. So people's gonna like it and click, join, do all that stuff. Basically pay you a lot of money because, well, I'm biased. I want you to get rich on this.
Yeah, on that note, we do have a Patreon page that you can check out. There's some full-length reactions over there for Andor, of course, and some other shows that I am watching by my lonesome at the moment. The Rings of Power, She-Hulk. I'm also doing House of the Dragon. Those are coming out on YouTube, and then I'm going to start Cowboy Bebop at some point. I'm also going to edit those down for YouTube, and then, of course, there's a lot of more stuff coming, both when it comes to Star Wars and Marvel and other, there's a lot of good stuff coming. A lot to do. But let's jump into it. Also, of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment, like, all that stuff. Here we go. This is episode 2 of Andor. I already said here we go. Go for it. Yeah, let's go. And like we also talked about, it seems like they're on location for much of this. Yeah, I could be wrong. Like, this could still be the volume. And that just like the technology is just getting better and better. But it's whoa.
What's that?
So they've been doing some mining on this planet, that's for sure.
Or they used to.
They used to. Mining. Someone did some mining at some point. And now it might just be ruins.
Yeah. Looks kind of not very functional at the moment. Yeah. That's probably gonna get noisy.
Does that mean the end of like work day or the beginning? Yeah, I think they're shutting down for sure.
That was a very ceremonial way of telling people to go home.
Yeah. I kind of like
Maybe
it.
maybe I should bring that to work.
I don't know if everyone is going to appreciate that.
Pretty sure they're not.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, we already know he's quite suspicious. Canary Mail. Contact the Preox Security HQ.
I'm gonna go get cleaned up.
Read it to him, P.
Read what?
I kick again, speak now.
Read it. We have always said Fest. Every doc I've ever submitted has always said you were born on Fest. Have you ever said anything other than Fest?
Officially, no, I don't think so, but
When everyone I've told is dead.
that's ridiculous. Jesse, Samo, huh?
That's family.
If we're making a list, we're making a list.
Well, it's all your women I'm worried about.
Oh, come on.
All your women.
Bubba Bix.
Mix has nothing to do
Bubba
with it.
Who
Bex.
told these primo bastards about Canary?
B, where is she?
Cook a comms access trouble, cook a calculating reroute.
Cassian, what have you done?
I messed up.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the piece. I just need enough to get out of here.
He's coming. The buyer's coming. It's too late to call him off. He'll be here in the morning.
The buyer. Is that going to be someone significant or?
Probably. If they spend time setting up mysteriously like this, it's probably gonna be a significant figure of some kind.
Yeah. Well, and Tim, he definitely just saw that interaction.
Yeah. So he's
What are
gonna
you gonna do?
turn him in.
Yeah.
Check the database, see if it says anything about Canary. We have a suspect? Not sure yet. We're about to get an image.
Oh, brought her in. Witness. Okay. Yeah, Tim definitely snitched.
Your light was on.
Okay, so
He's probably gonna say something that makes her
suspicious.
suspicious. Start guessing, and Cassian Andor needs a sort of a heads up.
Some way.
What's
Yeah.
happening? I think. Yeah.
Will you be sitting up with us, sir?
I think I should, don't you?
Absolutely, sir. Show force, boost morale. Nothing like seeing an officer on the line.
Excellent.
I think I see a touch of brown on his nose, but maybe that's just me.
There's fermenting out there, sir. Pockets of fermenting. Corporate tactical forces are the Empire's first line of defense, and the best way to keep the blade sharp is to use it.
Oh,
Wow,
shit.
those guys are in love.
You found a kindred spirit right there.
Oh yeah.
Not everyone is just, complacent and fine doing basically nothing.
Is that the thing he can fence up for a lot of money, or?
Oh.
Looks imperial.
Yeah, it looks imperial, and then we saw the insignia, so yeah, definitely imperial. Ooh. Is that a Briar pistol? It's a like a default weapon in the Dark Forces Jedi Knight games, with Kyle Katarn.
Ah,
And I just replayed those.
so that's why it's fresh in your mind.
Pretty sure it's called the Briar pistol. Okay. Really curious about this. Who crashed? Are there any survivors?
We'll probably know in a minute.
Nope.
Yeah,
Have to
of course.
It's a cool looking.
Optimized landing.
Oh,
Landing scanned and locked.
I recognize that voice immediately.
He's the buyer.
Perhaps. Here we go again. And this is to start the day then. What's that on her wrist? well, just sitting there,
Hey.
looking, just a little bit creepy. Maybe, I don't know.
Tell me you have calf.
Just about to put it on.
Can you open up the yard for me this morning?
Sure.
Something we all have in common, no matter what galaxy we live in. We all need caffeine in the morning.
Yeah.
This show is so grounded.
Yeah.
Like, it feels so real.
Here we go.
Like we rarely ever see anything like that. Just people waking up and just putting on clothes and getting a cup of coffee and, you know.
Being kind of human.
Yeah.
You need to get back. She's gonna wonder where you are. Come on. Go.
B!
She is wondering.
B!
Aw, little bantha toy.
Yeah.
Oh, and that looks like
Something for the home planet.
Yeah, Canary. Ooh, wait. That is that clone armor? No, okay. It's just white. Yeah, no. That was just wishful thinking.
Yeah. Once alive.
Oh, shit. Waking up. Behind you. Oh, no! Not very effective, those blow darts, are they?
Nope.
There we go.
Yeah, but you want to work with one and not a number game.
Yeah. Damn. That's rough. Are there any more left? He's gonna check.
He's gonna find out.
Yeah.
I am looking it up. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while.
You got a minute?
I'm looking up Canary.
What's that?
Yeah, he never heard of it either. Canary, abandoned after Imperial mining disaster. Mining, everyone died. Abandoned and considered toxic.
Oh.
You want to go today and have me keep my mouth shut? 7's my floor.
Okay, if it's 7, you better be ready in an hour. Keep the engine running.
A lot of bargaining going on.
Will you let it go?
I love that there's the alien language as well.
Yeah.
West Team will include Deputy Inspector Khan and myself. We will endeavour to serve the warrant and exfil rapidly.
Khan.
North and East Team will take positions accordingly for a pincer movement should the subject attempt to flee.
Did we get a name before? At all?
Can't remember. No, don't think so.
Well, now we know.
You may remind them that there's a territorial forum once a month where they are free to make official complaints. All yours, sir.
As in, just abuse power all you want.
Yeah. Give it a go.
Mm-hmm.
There comes a time when
That's his first inspirational speech.
there's no room for doubt on the path to success and justice.
Should have practiced this in front of the mirror or something.
Yeah.
At least he's got
Right then, carry on.
that guy as his hype man and, you know, helping
Well
out.
said, sir.
Brown nosing it. Inspiring.
Yeah. Well said. Inspiring. Not, but he will get there probably.
Perhaps.
The show.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm curious, like, what we're gonna see with his character.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep going down the Imperial path, or if he's gonna turn at some point. Yeah.
Charging us to come and spend our money. They get you coming and going. I'm old enough. I first came here. You could drive in across the wasteland. What's your line?
None of your business.
No need to explain. Who knows who you're talking to these days? Me, I'm in propulsion.
He's a chatty fella, ain't he?
Yes.
You know what they say?
What was that?
If you can't find it here, it's not worth finding.
Is that the whole planet more or less like one big scrapyard?
Kinda. Oh shit! Fuck. Goes by so fast.
That was quick.
Oh man, I'm glad we have one more to go. One more to go.
I'm actually kind of ready for the next one right now.
Yeah. Let's just, we'll talk about it a little bit, and then we're definitely going to dive into the next one. Still going with the slow burn, and usually in a show like this, I would have expected for those security guys and Karn, Karn, I think, that was his name. Yeah. They would have showed up in the first episode, and we would have had a show off there or something. But again, like I'm so glad that they're taking their time with this, and we're really getting to see how this world operates and all like these people's day to day. Literally, you know, seeing how their workday starts and ends, and again with this very enthusiastic guy just standing up there and hammering the metal,
very ceremonial way to start and end work.
Yes, exactly, and then this extremely grounded and real feel that we've now mentioned several times. I love the feel of this show, and like it wasn't until like at the end of this episode actually that the music or the score like really
put something into anticipation by the way it's
really made me aware of it, but like it's still been there all the way through, and I think that it has been a good score so far. Not a lot of familiar Star Wars themes, and I don't know if they're gonna come in at some point, but it fits. It fits with the identity of the show so far, and just like Ludwig Göransson did for The Mandalorian, with coming up with something new that is now ingrained into like the identity of The Mandalorian, I think this score is going to do the same for this show. So really enjoying that.
And I like the whole crime thing going on, Blade Runner feel about it. At the same time, every now and then there's a few things that reminds me this is Star Wars. I kind of smile inside when I see stuff like that and say, well, it's a Star Wars movie. I don't need the Jedi. I expect to see some Imperial troops at some point and all that, but I don't mind it building up slowly. And I understand why they dropped 3 episodes sort of
in one go.
You need to watch all 3, I think, to sort of get into where it's going to happen. Normally there'll have been a shootout or 2 at this point, I think.
There's only been that one action beat at the very beginning, which kind of kickstarted what we're getting into now with this incident and with Andor killing these 2 security officers, and now Karn and Khan, however you pronounce it, him and the others are heading to where Andor is, and they're gonna try and apprehend him, and it seems like it's gonna be by any means necessary sort of a deal. And then if the civilians have anything to say, they can complain once a month or something like that.
That was a nice way to put it.
Yeah. And he is definitely green. Like that was his first inspirational speech for sure, and it didn't go over that well, but fortunately for him, he's got this one guy who's backing him up, and he seems like he's better at being in charge of these other people, and he definitely has their respect. And now Khan, he has to earn it, and let's see if he's actually going to be able to do that or not. I have a feeling he's going to do something wild and crazy just to prove himself again, because he's already gone against orders.
Either he's going to do something crazy to prove himself, or it's going to turn out that once he sort of gets into combat, he's not really cut out for it. So it might be an awakening for him. So Khan is an interesting type. Khan or TT, Taylor type, whatever you want to call him. He's an interesting guy to see how he evolves, and I'm fine with either way. If it turns around to go rebellion because he wakes up, or he goes full on Imperial.
Just down the rabbit hole of the Imperials. And then of course we have some other supporting characters that we are getting to know, Biggs and Tim in particular, where Tim is definitely suspicious of what Biggs is doing, and Biggs dealing with Andor, and they're doing these sort of backroom deals, shady criminal stuff. But yeah, I'm also, it seems like Andor and Biggs, they had something, and we got it established from Andor's mother, that seems like he's had a lot of different women in his life, and sometimes, you know, you can't remember all the names, and it seems like there was something with Biggs as well, and when they were talking in the bar, seems like he still wants for there to be something, but she doesn't seem that interested in rekindling that flame, and she wants to be with Tim, but she's still doing these things with Andor. So yeah, something's definitely going to happen.
Also, Tim watched them, and there's probably some kind of jealousy at play here, which kind of makes him drink a bit and go and turn Cassian Andor in.
It's because of what he did that they're heading there now, and that they know that it is Cassian Andor, and they have close friends and people they sort of trust Cassian and his mother with the information about where they're actually from and who they actually are, but that can easily bite them in the ass, and especially when something like this happens.
All in all, again, I enjoyed this. I enjoyed getting into the whole Blade Runner feel combined with Star Wars and all the creatures and all that stuff. It works very well for me at the moment. And I'm looking forward. There's so many things going on, both with the Kenari people coming to the crash site, what's going to happen there. What's happening with Cassian Andor, what's happening with Karn, Taylor Tide, Skarsgård coming in. Is he the buyer? Is the one coming to buy that Imperial stuff? And there's a lot of things going on at the moment that I'm curious about where it's gonna take us on the path to the birth of the rebellion or something like that. I'm still looking forward to seeing Mon Mothma and all that as well. So.
Yeah, I don't necessarily think we're really going to get into any of that stuff until after this third episode. I think, again, as we've talked about, there's a reason why they put out these 3 episodes to begin with, and it's sort of like a little contained arc that's about how Cassian Andor is going to get pulled away from the life that he's in now and then propelled down that path towards becoming a spy for the rebellion that we know he's going to become from Rogue One. So again, I don't think we're going to see any of that just yet.
No, I mean, neither,
but Stellan Skarsgård's exactly. But Stellan Skarsgård's character is, I think, like he's the thing that is going to pull it together, and he's the one who's going to start Cassian Andor like down this path for sure.
It's fun how we watch the movie and we sort of get the right feel, get the Blade Runner feel, and because we saw that trailer at some point and saw these people and we know they're in there, we just go down the guessing street full on, run down the guessing street.
It does happen like that, and then you start theorizing, and that is the danger of like watching any of the promotional material, any of the trailers, or listening to anyone talking about the series who've already seen it. But it's also difficult to avoid because you get like you're interested or you're curious about.
It's an appetizer. Star Wars show.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an appetizer, and it works. But I try to stay away from all the reviews and people. Got to see it ahead of time, so there's a lot of reviews out there.
And people even got to see 4 episodes. Like all the people who have already reviewed it, they got 4 episodes in one go, so they already know what's coming after this 3rd episode. So even though stay away from it until next week at the earliest, I would say.
Yeah. I'm more or less ready for the next one. Since we got 3 and the night is not still young anymore. We should get going, or start the next one. So
That's going to do it for this reaction and review of Andor Episode 2. Thank you guys so much for watching, as always, and we will see you as soon as possible. May the Force be with you always.